Hello and welcome to gaming and welcome to another eSports Boxing Club video update. So a couple of days ago there was kind of like a round table discussion on Zoom. You had Ash, who's the creative director, you got the IBF champion Sonny Edwards was there, and of course Todd Grisham, as well as Will, who is the global communications director. So the things that they discussed during this roundtable were things like the journey so far, release plans and early access, which is what we're going to talk about right now in this video. They also talked about the feedback they got from the content creators' gameplay, which obviously the 6 guys that got to go and play the game. They talked about the feedback on the Canelo model. There's a little bit of discussion about the difference between the model that we've seen. Weight classes was discussed and commentary as well. But the main bit of information that we're going to talk about in this video is the early access plans. Now, I'm a little bit late to this. It did happen a couple of days ago, but I still wanted to get something out there because I know a lot of people that watch this channel are really excited for eSports Boxing Club. So you probably know by now that we are going to be getting an early access. We were supposed to get the early access last summer, but of course it got pushed back. And with that in mind, they were a little bit hesitant to give any kind of date on this because of course last time they said it would be in the summer, last summer, and that never happened and people were a little bit cross. But having said that, in my last video when we talked about the release date possibly coming in 2022, I believe this sort of adds to that, where I said that we would be seeing the game at some point this year. I believe early access will come before the end of 2022. That is just my own guess, my own personal opinion, but I think this, and the fact that we had the little placeholder date on Steam as well for Boxing Day of 2022, I think that all points towards us getting early access sooner rather than later. I know a lot of people in the community are starting to think we're not going to see this game for years still. I get a lot of comments. I know a lot of them are very jokey and saying things like, oh, I can't wait to play this on the PS6 and things like that. But I do think we're ramping up towards being able to play this boxing game. I think we have to give Steel City Interactive a little bit of slack. I mean, they started as an independent studio. They still are an independent studio, but they've grown so much that, you know, there was just a few people to start with, and now it's really skyrocketed. And of course, they've had to learn things along the way. One of the things that Ash said was putting a release date on the early access was maybe something that they shouldn't have done because they then couldn't commit to it and people got angry. But we are seeing this studio grow with the hype around the game as well. And Ash said himself, like, he himself is getting frustrated because he's waited for a boxing game for over a decade himself. And that was why they decided to go in and try and make this game. It was interesting to hear that when they started it, they didn't think it was going to be anywhere sort of at the level that it's at now. The game's really exploded into this like large license boxing game. And I'm not sure that was the original plan. I think they thought, let's make a boxing game that plays well, that players will enjoy, a more simulated boxing game, which is what we're going to get. But with that and the way the hype's built around the game, they've ended up getting all these licenses as well. So just a quick update for you all on eSports Boxing Club. Early access is coming. We are going to get early access of the game, and I think it's going to come in the next, let's say, 6 months. I think we're going to see it in the next 6 months. What do you guys think though? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always keen to hear what you think about these things, and I will see you in the next video.